Hi guys, I am your honors chemistry teacher this year, so welcome aboard to 2021. I just want to go over your syllabus with you. So this would be the equivalent to um, me having you take your syllabus home and read it and have your parents sign it and so on and so forth. So that's what this is going to be, and I'm going to put it into an ed puzzle. So you are already in the ed puzzle at this point, and you'll have to stop and work your way through and answer questions. Okay, so again, my contact information is at the top. Most of you know you can follow me on Twitter. I will post a ton of pictures and links and fun stuff for all the chemistry kids and Project Lead the Way kids and so on and so forth. So have you guys follow me, have your parents follow me, and so on and so forth. That would be great. I have developed a website, so it's a Google site now. So we are going to be using Google Classroom and this Google site particularly, and I'll talk a little bit about that once we are in class together. But you absolutely can click on that live link and I will supply that for you so you can peruse it. But it is a Google website, so it's very easily interacted to the classroom. All right, so I'm going to have a whole bunch of different pieces up top that you can kind of peruse and look through. So that is the website. Again, we'll get back into that. So classroom codes, you guys will already have accepted the invitations here. I put this here for moms and dads in case they want to check out classroom. The course overview and objectives. So chemistry is a study of the composition, structure, and properties of matter and the changes matter undergoes. We will use scientific inquiry to develop models that explain the physical phenomena we observe in laboratory experiments, demonstrations, and computer simulations. So this here, right, laboratory experiments, demonstrations. So we will be probably using a lot of demonstrations this year, depending on what is happening in the world and our situation. Not quite sure if we will get to actual hands-on lab experiments. We are going to absolutely try to do that the best way and safest way possible. Most models include verbal, visual, mathematical, and graphical descriptions of observed phenomena. So we're going to talk a lot about that word phenomena, and you guys are going to do a lot of inquiry type of work as we go through the school year. Strong algebra skills, the ability to learn scientific vocabulary, and the ability to conceptualize phenomena on the molecular level are necessary to successfully completing this course. The course begins with a basic understanding of matter, moves on to a deeper understanding of the structure and properties of matter, and then explores the changes matter undergoes. So as we go through the year, we will build upon basic understandings, and it's a very scaffolded class. Okay. This year, with our fabulous pandemic that we are experiencing, it's actually been a nice shift for me because I am shifting over to a blended classroom. So a blended classroom, meaning that I'm not just going to lecture to you, okay? So I'm just going to read this to you real quickly and then I'll embellish a little bit. This is a blended classroom, meaning that there will be no lecture time. The students will take guided notes from videos, readings, simulations, and interactives that I will assign and then work together to achieve mastery through practices. Mastery through practices. So this is where I'm going to. Okay. This is not simply a class where you will be compliant and have to do your homework and hand in work here and there. They, meaning you, will then demonstrate their mastery individually with certain mastery check assessments after each lesson. So you fabulous human beings will be using maybe Flipgrid. Can't write. I can't. I'm trying so hard to write it. You might use Flipgrid. We might use just individual Zoom meetings where you guys are going to demonstrate the mastery that you have gained to me as your instructor. I will answer, back to my paragraph here, I will answer clarifying questions to help you succeed. And success is definitely going to depend on both your attitude and your effort. I'm here to help you. It takes all of us to make the year a complete success. And please read through the following expectations for the year. So this is all new for every one of us, right? All of us. We've never been through a pandemic. I've never taught in a pandemic. I've never had to just simply rely on video, right? Or technology. So class communication is huge. I want to make sure that you understand that two places you will find your assignments and expectations. The first one will be through Google Classroom. So all of your assignments and expectations will be in Google Classroom and posted. And the details of each of those assignments will be found on the website. And again, once you are in class with me or we are on a Zoom, we will walk through that website. It is going to be a live site, which means I will continue to add the new units as we go. Okay, so all the units aren't going to be present at the start, but they will be there. Okay, the other piece that every single one of you need to be aware of and know how to find are your Zoom links. Because whether you are remote or whether you are in person with me, you are expected to be in attendance every single day. So make sure you know where to find your Zoom links. Okay, and I put a picture in here and you can blow it up so you guys know Google Classroom, you know how to utilize that. Virtual school days, let's talk about that. And it's exactly what I just was saying. It is an expectation that students who are on their remote days attend class through the Zoom link that will be provided to hear the lesson and or important information for the day. It is on the Zoom meetings that I will answer questions, revise due dates, check in on progress, etc. It is as important as the schoolwork assigned. Let me read that again. It is as important as the schoolwork assigned, as it's the only way we get to know each other and keep up the connections. I need to be able to speak with all of you. I need to be able to see you, right? I need to make formative assessments on where you're at, where you might be struggling, so on and so forth. The only way I can do that is by seeing you. So on your virtual school days, you are expected to be in class. So that attendance counts. Recommended supplies. Excuse me, I will scroll up quickly. In addition to your regular school supplies, whatever you need, it's recommended that your student, you, have a spiral notebook for notes, a folder for labs, a folder for resources, a calculator with an exponent button, and an open mind that is willing to learn. I will have a digital notebook that the students are going to use. But if you like to handwrite your material and that's your preference, that's fine. But you will then have to take pictures of your handwritten work and upload them into the digital notebook because that's what I will be using to assess your progress and to see if you are on task and so on and so forth. Okay. Note, this is important. When we return to in-person classes, the spiral notebook can be used at the end of a unit assessments. You also have a choice to use a digital notebook, like I've already expressed, but that cannot be used on your assessments. So you can use what works for you, but understand the trade-off if you choose to use a digital notebook. You can't go and print out your notes and so on and so forth. So just keep that in mind, okay? Classroom rules, nothing really new. I do follow the school's discipline plan as far as all the nitty gritty, but just a few big ones for me. Electronic devices, i.e. your cell phone, are not permitted unless I've expressly stated you can use them. I follow the school cell phone policy. After the first time, I take the phone to the office to be picked up by the student after school, or to have a parent pick it up. We all know there's no food or drink permitted in any science lab. You are allowed to have gum, and you can have water, but not at your desk. You will have to keep it inside your backpack and then move over to the area where there is no laboratory. Be respectful and responsible. Demonstrate integrity and empathy at all times, and be ready to collaborate and communicate to learn. Attendance and tardies. I've already talked a little bit about this. Attendance is mandatory in all classroom times. Zoom or in person, it doesn't matter. Whether a student is on the remote day or in the building, you are expected to be there. You will be provided the Zoom link to the class times and are expected to be present. I've already explained to you up here where to find those. In chemistry, labs are very difficult to make up if absent, and tests are harder to take individually. Being late is a distraction to the class. I follow the school tardy policy. Please make every effort to be at school and on time. Attendance on Zoom class is included. Be on time and be present. Grading is always a big piece. The grades in this course will be weighted. 60% of the classwork and 40% will be assessment. The assessment includes the lesson mastery checks and the end of unit assessments. Students will receive full or no credit on classwork and mastery checks. If they receive no credit, they will revise their work, until they receive full credit. Please note there is no partial credit. So you will do a practice assessment or a practice activity. I will assess it, give it back to you. If it's not fully completed, if you don't have an 80% or above, then you have to revise your work and you cannot move on until then. We will discuss more about that together. Grading, students will be graded on a typical grading scale. Homework, this is important. Homework and makeup work all go together. This is a blended classroom. The homework will be a little different. Theoretically, all work can be completed during class. If a student is absent or falls behind, all the lessons are on the website and all assignments are in Google Classroom. You will take personal responsibility for days you are absent, or if you feel like you're falling behind, to go back on Classroom, to get into the website and see what you've missed. There will be a progress tracker with all due dates for assignments for each unit, so there are no surprises about what is due. You will have full disclosure for each unit as far as what you need to do. Since this is a blended classroom, all lessons are available ahead of time. The makeup work is always available to you. Again, there's that personal responsibility. If you are absent, make sure to keep up with the pacing so that you don't have too many lessons to do before the test. Makeup tests, if you miss an end of the assessment, please talk to me ASAP so we can arrange a time for you to take that test. Academic honesty, I expect nothing less than you being honest. You can read through that. I-PASS, I will update that regularly. Please check there to see your grades. Communication is important, especially in today's day and age. Parents, students, teachers, to help us all achieve our best performance, right? So I'm here to help you learn chemistry, but I'm also here to help you learn organizational skills and some soft skills, so on and so forth. If you need to talk to me, please reach out. Email is the best way to contact me. I will always reply within 2 days between 7:30 to 3:30. If you don't hear from me within the first time frame, please try again. Sometimes emails get dropped. That being said, I will always try to work with the students before I get back to you, as they are becoming young adults. That statement is directed towards your parents. I want to work with you kids first. If you have something going on, please come talk to me, right? Have your parents reach out and talk to me. That's absolutely fine. But please feel comfortable coming to speak with me in confidence. If there's something you don't want me to talk about, you need to let me know. And again, this is addressed to the parents. Just let me know in advance.